Happy Friday. Yay, it's Friday. And I am so excited to actually just jump on here for a few minutes. I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to have a conversation and just share with you a little bit about kindness. This is the season. Hey, I'm Michelle O'Neill, your purposeful living coach and boundary strategist. And I love working and teaching and inspiring women, heart centered women, those women who are successful and high achievers. I love helping them create their own unique blueprint, life blueprint for having that extraordinary life that they are living on purpose. And so I am so excited today to talk about kindness, because kindness is compassion at its best. Simple as that. Compassion at its best. And at this time of year and every day, we want to experience a little kindness. So I want to give you three things, simple, three things that I feel are important about kindness and will help you thrive with kindness. It's not about surviving. We want to thrive with kindness. So before I get started, I want you to say, if you've followed me before, if you've been here before, go ahead and give me a shout out. Say hey so that I know you here, and give me a hashtag legacy. How about that? Hashtag legacy. Or is it legacy? Yep. We want to leave a legacy. And if you haven't been before and you're new to me, go ahead and give me, and I'm trying to make sure that I am live, go ahead and give me a hashtag newbie so I can give you a shout out and say, hey there. But see, it's Friday. I am just too excited. But my 3 points that I want to talk about today about kindness is, number one, it's about self kindness. Protect your boundaries. And so we're going to explain exactly what that is when it has to do with kindness. Then we're going to say, serve like nobody's watching. You know how they say dance like nobody's watching? I'm telling you to serve like nobody's watching. And finally, you got more than enough to spread around. Now, there's more than enough of that kindness to spread around in this world today. So, those are the three things we're going to talk about. And so, let's start with protecting your boundaries. Um, it's great to be kind, it really is. And kindness just makes you feel good, but not at the expense of yourself. So, one of the things I want you to realize is it's okay if something is going to be at the expense of yourself or your peace of mind, or you're getting things done, or if it's going to stress you out, then don't, I'm not saying don't be kind, but don't do it at the expense of your wellness, at the expense of yourself. There are other ways to be kind and share kindness than doing things that will overextend you. And so, first of all, know to set those boundaries. And the thing is, setting those boundaries is not only kind to yourself, but it's kind to that other person. And in what ways, you're probably saying? Well, when you're kind to yourself, you're also teaching others how to treat you, and you're also only giving them the best. You're not serving them in frustration. You're not being kind because you feel that you need to, but you're doing it because you want to. Now, that's true kindness. And so, another way of being kind to yourself is, how do you talk to yourself? Do you give yourself a beat down, or do you give yourself a pep talk? And so, we want to make sure that when we speak to ourselves, that we would speak to ourselves as if we were talking to our neighbor, or as we were talking to someone who we held in high esteem, someone that we loved. Would we beat them down? Would we discourage them? Would we make them feel bad? Or would we lift them up? Tell them, hey, you can do this. Hey, you got everything it takes. Hey, you are amazing. So that's how you need to talk to yourself. That's how you want to talk to yourself. And so give yourself that pep talk instead of that beat down. And then don't place unrealistic expectations on yourself. And we just talked about that. At the expense of yourself, being kind to someone else, or what you feel is kindness, to someone else at the expense of yourself and making yourself frustrated, and in turn turning that frustration onto them. That's not kind. And then know yourself and your limits. Know what you can do and then stick within your limits. That's what boundaries is all about, knowing your limits. And then a lot of times people say, those who are kind, they're not strong, they're not bold because they're giving in and being kind to people. Let me tell you right up front that kindness does not mean that you're a pushover. It just means that you care. It means that you care. And so let me check this. Okay. And then final and second, I want you to realize that kindness is all about serving like nobody's watching. So what am I saying? It's free. Be free. It's about not worrying what others think or do, but doing it because it comes from your heart. You're heart centered. Do it because it comes from your heart, and it's who you are and how you want to show up. It's being more than doing. It's stepping into who you are, and do things without expecting anything in return. If you were dancing, you're not expecting the applause, or unless you're performing, then you're expecting applaud and recognition. But when you're giving, when you're being kind, it's not for what you're giving back. Most of the times when we're kind to people, it's because they need it and we're just giving something. Most of the time, they're not even able to give back. And so I want you to know that this kindness is done with nothing, no expectations of anything in return. And let me tell you, girl or boy, man, woman, girlfriend, boyfriend, let me tell you that if you were dancing like nobody's watching, you're not doing it for others. You're not looking at others and seeing what they're doing, but you're doing it because you want to, because it's an expression of who you are, because of an expression, it's a full out expression of your soul. You are celebrating the joy of kindness. So celebrate in that joy and serve full out, dance full out. Do your twirls, your flips, whatever it is. And they don't have to be perfect. Your kindness does not have to be perfect. It just has to be from the heart. And finally, I want to say, you have more than you think to spread around. Have you ever heard that saying that there's more than enough love to go around? Do you fashion out or portion off your amount of love to those that you love in your family? You love this person more than this person because you only have so much love to give? No, as you give, as you be kind, there is so much more to give. You know, there's always enough love. It's always free. No expectations and no expecting something back in return. It's free. So give all you have. And as I said earlier, it's who you are. It's a reflection of who you are. It's all about being and not doing. You are being the person that you have been called to be. And kindness, we always, it's simple. It's nothing big. It's nothing you have to do big. It may not be easy because sometimes you have to force yourself to be kind to those that you don't even feel like being kind to then or right now. It's not easy, but it's simple. And so let me share with you a simple act that I have seen as kindness just recently. And it's a simple thing as a Christmas card. I just recently got a Christmas card, actually two Christmas cards that I weren't expecting from people that I wasn't expecting them from. And when I opened them up, there was such a joy that filled my heart. There was such a warmth of remembering that person and the memories that came along with looking at the card and the pictures of the family. And so that's an act of kindness. So just doing a simple act of kindness. And if you want to know more acts of compassion and kindness, go ahead and look at my video, my live that I did on Monday morning, this Monday morning at 11:15. Go ahead on any of my social media platforms and go ahead and look for it and watch it, because I want to share compassion and kindness with you. Compassion and kindness is contagious, and it's a commitment to action. And so my example for that is my husband and I, our code word with us when we feel that things aren't going right and we want to put ourselves back on track is a simple word: kindness. And so when we talk to each other and maybe the tone isn't right, whoever is feeling that that tone isn't hitting right, will just look at the other and say, kindness. And what does that do? It makes us regroup, rethink how what we're saying is coming out, and start sharing and experiencing each other in kindness and in love. And so I want to encourage you today, before I leave you, to share your kindness. Do this in kindness and in love today. Your words in kindness, your actions in kindness. I want you to know that there's a positive relationship between the number of kind acts that we do and the level of happiness that we experience. And so know that in the more kindness that you spread throughout the world, throughout your world, the more happiness that you yourself will experience. And so thank you for sharing this cute little this short little live that I just wanted to remind you as you go into the weekend. Be kind, be compassionate. And then part of the thing is we can act in compassion. Hey, how are you doing? We can act in compassion. I don't have my glasses on, but I will shout out. So um, I just want you to know that as you go throughout your day, your motivation, each one of us have our own unique ways of being kind, of sharing our kindness. And understanding your motivation and what drives you would be just the thing that you need to understand in order to show up in your unique way. And so I have a quiz for you, my motivational driver quiz that you can go to on masteringyourmonday.live/quiz and go ahead and take that. And I have a special assessment that I will send to you that tells you more on how you can use your motivation driver to show up in the world and to show up in this compassion and kindness. Until next time, I am so glad that you showed up. I am so glad that you show up today in kindness. And tell me in the comments how you plan on. See, I just get so excited when I talk about compassion and kindness. But let me know in the comments how you intend to show up with an act of kindness today. Until next time, when I just drop in or on my Monday morning lives, the meeting place at 11:15, I can't wait to see you again. Take care.